welcome everyone to the Winter Wellness with Essential Oils presentation. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Everyone can see that okay? Let me get back to slide 1. Love technology. Here we go. Well, we were almost there. All right, winter wellness with essential oils. So I know winter is a time when we don't get as much sunlight typically, and it can be advantageous to have some extra tools on hand to help us. So that's what this presentation is about. So we're going to jump right into it. What are essential oils? Chris, would you want to read that screen?
Yes. Let's see, I'll have to move your face there. There you go. All right. What are essential oils? Aromatic, highly concentrated, potent chemical compounds distilled from the roots, seeds, flowers, bark, which give the plant its scent, protect from hazardous environment, and assist with pollination. Did I read that right? Because I don't have my glasses.
That was perfect. Thank you.
All right.
So what the essential oil does for the plant, it can do for us when we either put it on or inhale it or ingest it. We have over 170 essential oils sourced from more than 45 nations. doTERRA. I think everyone knows by now that doTERRA is the only source that I use for essential oils and supplements, essential oil supplements, and it's because they are safe, effective, and affordable. I choose very carefully when I decide to go with a certain company, and I want to make sure that I'm getting the highest quality that's out there. And with doTERRA, that's what I get. They are the #1 essential oil company in the world, and there's a reason for that. We can obviously buy essential oils everywhere. You've seen them at the big box stores, even in your neighborhood market. And a question that I get asked, well, how do you know which ones are safe? How do you know that what you're buying is safe to use? Because the labels of essential oils just in even your neighborhood market will say 100% pure essential oil. But what you don't know is that they're allowed to put that on there and only have a tiny bit of essential oils in there. As long as that little bit is 100%, they can then add fillers or other things, synthetic compounds even, to make it more cost effective, right? So you're not actually buying a whole bottle of pure essential oil. There's other things in there. That's why, take your pick for $6.95. Well, there's a reason for that. doTERRA runs 54 plus tests, and they do it using third-party testing. So they actually get sent out and tested, and then they come back and get tested again in doTERRA's lab. So you're guaranteed to have the same results every time that you use that oil. It doesn't matter if you bought an oil in 2015 versus buying one today. It's the same. It's going to have the same benefits. Transparency is another big thing with essential oils. So doTERRA makes their lab results, their test results public. Sourcetoyou.com, you can go put in the number on the bottom of the bottle, and it will tell you the test for that oil. And also the sourcing. So we source from areas all over the world where that oil is indigenous to, which gives it more potency. There's actually not really a standard for testing. There's like a 3-test standard. And so doTERRA made their own standard. And if it passes all of their 54 tests, it's labeled as certified pure tested grade. So we're talking about essential oils that support the immune system. And without a strong immune system, it can be difficult to maintain good health. And there's things that contribute to that, like inadequate sleep and poor nutrition, high stress levels, can all lead to weakening of the immune system, which makes us more susceptible to the things that come along. So one of my favorite products that I would not be without is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It's doTERRA's supplement for foundational support. It's got all the vitamins and minerals that your body needs in the correct dosage. If you were to go buy all these ingredients at the same quality and amounts that are in this Lifelong Vitality Pack, you would be spending over $900. And it would be hard to consume that many fruits and vegetables. So with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, they do have a 30-day money-back guarantee on it. It's $85 a month if you're using the full dose. And I have seen so much, like, since I've been on it, if I do get sick with anything, it's for like a day versus a week or 3 weeks. And I attribute it to the Lifelong Vitality. Casey May talked about our microbiome, and we have an amazing probiotic. It's pre, pro, and postbiotic. So it doesn't only balance out that flora in the gut, it also cleans up, gets rid of the stuff that's not so good. We've got the PB Assist for the whole family. It's more targeted towards digestive support, and it's an oral supplement, so it's kind of like a pixie stick. It's really yummy. You can put it in water, or you can just take it straight up. It's really targeted towards kids, but the whole family can use it. And then we have the PB Restore for adults, which is more of an overall. You can see there it helps with digestive health and other things like gut immune function, healthy metabolism, respiratory health, all these things that are super important to maintaining that healthy lifestyle that we are all looking for, I think. These are micro encapsulated. And what that means is they're like double encapsulated. So it makes it through all the stomach acid to get to the lower GI tract to where it releases and then does what it's supposed to do. There's actually a pharmaceutical company that tried to buy the patent for this, and doTERRA said no. Another foundational support tool is enzymes. So we have our Terrazyme that helps with breaking down nutrients so that the body can digest them and absorb them. It's also safe to use on pets. And anytime I have like a sensitivity to a food or something that I'm not used to eating, like fried food, I don't really eat fried food anymore, but occasionally I indulge and then I don't feel so good. So I'll take the Terrazyme and it relieves those symptoms in about 10-15 minutes usually. So a little bit about stress, because stress really affects our adrenals, which is kind of the fuse box for our whole body health. So if we're stressed out, your body doesn't do the rest and digest stage. It's more in the fight or flight stage. So finding ways to reduce and relieve stress and to kind of keep that emotional balance are super important. Like the singing that Andrea took us through can really help. And then there's some other things. There's a lot of things actually. Music can be another one that helps with stress. Here on the wellness pyramid, you can see where rest and manage stress. This is the one that we're talking about right now. High levels of prolonged stress and lack of proper rest produce high levels of cortisol, which wears down brain function and then has profound physical and mental effects. And there's a lot of effects listed in those columns. One of my favorite products for supporting emotional balance is the adaptive capsules. It increases the amount of GABA, which is kind of the feel good. It's not just feel good. It really helps with slowing down brain waves and activity, helps with the inflammatory immune response, alleviates mental stress and fatigue. This has been a game changer for me in the last few weeks. I've been double dosing on this. Typically, I only take one a day. I've been up to 2. It just really helps keep the body calm, kind of keeps the brain calm so that you can think. These are my top 3 for emotional balance. It was hard for me to just pick 3. Frankincense can be used internally. That's another thing. Did I miss that slide? I think I missed a slide. I did. I'm going to go back for a second because we didn't talk about the 3 ways to use essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. So on the label, on the bottle, it tells you if it has supplement facts, then it's safe for ingestion. If it does not, which you can see this one on the bottom does not, that one is eucalyptus. And typically the reason that they don't have it labeled for consumption is because there hasn't been enough testing done on it to see what the effects are. Okay, so frankincense. Chris, do you want to read that?
Yes, frankincense. All right, let me blow it up here. Which one is it, Joe? All 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, doTERRA frankincense. Properties: grounding, earthy. Okay, like grounding, like earth ground. Usage: 1 drop under the tongue. Apply to pulse points. Diffuse with citrus or mint. Is that right?
Right. I love frankincense. Go to.
Okay. Adaptive properties are calming. Usage: 1 to 2 capsules daily as needed. Helps with stressful events, social anxiety. We could use that going through all this court stuff. and doTERRA balance. The properties are, when it says grounding, earthy, is that like the fragrance, or is that what it does?
Both.
Okay. 1 drop on wrist or in palm of hand, and inhale. Diffuse with frankincense. Okay.
There's actually a really cool video on, they did a test with balance. They took a little blood sample before someone applied it, and then they applied the balance. Then they took another sample, like, I don't know, maybe a minute after. And it just completely like loosened up all those red blood cells so that they could float and move freely like they're supposed to. Whereas the test from before they applied the balance, they were all like clumped together and not moving around. So it works really quickly. It's a great one for panic attacks. So that is from personal experience. All right, and now we're going to get into the immune support. So daily immune support, and everything that we put on our skin is going in our body, which I'm sure you all know that. So anytime that we can use products that we would normally use on a daily basis anyway, anytime we can use those products that are infused with these essential oils that help support the immune system, you're constantly helping take care of your immune system, right? It's kind of like machinery, Chris. You're a farmer. You know that you can't just use equipment and never do anything to it, right? So there's a lot of different options. I get all my stuff through doTERRA because it gets delivered right to my door. I know what's in it. It's helpful to my immune system. We've got toothpaste and mouthwash and cleaning supplies. This little bottle of cleaning concentrate will make about 20 16-ounce spray bottles that you can then use to clean your whole house, your floors, whatever. Even your pets that come in contact with your floors, if you're using chemicals to clean, that can be harmful to them. Laundry detergent, same thing. What goes on our clothes, it's going to absorb into our skin. Hand soap and sanitizing mist. And then we have the preventative maintenance is what I like to call it. Just the oil, you can diffuse it. You can put a drop under your tongue or in some water. Feel a sore throat coming on. I always like to take a little bit in some water, and that way it can coat my throat as it's going down and kill those germs. They even make it in a roller bottle, so you can just roll it on the bottoms of your feet. Every day I do that. And then what I call emergency supplies. So if you do get to feeling a little under the weather, we've got throat drops and some extra powerful capsules that you can take that kind of help kick these guys out. My favorite essential oils for immune support are tea tree, oregano, on guard, lemon, and frankincense. And I'll do a drop of each of these in a little shot glass of water. And if I feel anything, the slightest tickle or anything, and typically I'll do that maybe 2 or 3 times in a day, and it's gone. So again, the internal use options, if you don't care for the taste, you could also put it in a veggie capsule. I feel like it hits the system, the body's system, a little bit quicker when it's in water and taken that way. It does last a little bit longer in the body when taken in a veggie capsule. And you can also diffuse these oils to help just keep the air pure and clean from the unwanted things. And then we have respiratory support, which is a big one for a lot of people. doTERRA has a whole breathe line. We've got the vapor rub here. It's just kind of like, it's kind of a gel type, but you can just roll it on the chest to help open up the airways. The breathe cough drops, breathe oil, you can diffuse, or I've got here that you can use it with a steam tent. So I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but I'll just heat up a little bowl of water in the microwave when I used to have a microwave. And just enough to where it's going to be steaming. And then when you get it out, you just put 1 drop. Don't use 2 or 3. Don't need it. And it's going to be too much. 1 drop of breathe into that water. Take a towel over your head and just kind of hover over that bowl for as long as you can stand it. It might only be 10 seconds, but it will clear up any of that stuff in the sinuses that keep you from being able to breathe freely. And there's some other oils that are really good for respiratory support, like cardamom and eucalyptus, Siberian fir. There's a lot of options. There's not just one option. But I like the breathe because it's kind of a blend of some of these other oils. Moving on, there with the purchase options. So you purchase as a retail customer, which I don't ever know why anybody would want to do, because we now have free for membership for the first year. So wholesale, as a wholesale member, you get 25% off the retail price. And you're not obligated to sell it. You're not obligated to purchase X amount. None of those things. You could literally go on and purchase one bottle of Breathe, and you would have free membership for the year, which would allow you to come back and order as you wanted. Now, if you really like good deals like I do, they have a loyalty rewards program to where you can, let's say that you wanted to do the vitamins every month. You want to make sure you don't run out. So you just kind of set it and forget it. So they will reward you for ordering every month with points that you can then turn around to use and purchase more expensive oils if you want, or any oil or product for that matter. You get free support and education from me and the bigger team that I am part of. I look at it as you get paid to shop. You know, toothpaste I'm going to purchase anyway. Why not get some points back that I can use to go buy lavender or something? In January, we do have a new member special. So if you enroll with 100 PV, place an order of at least 100 PV in February through your automatic, your recurring monthly order, you get 100 free product points in March, which equals $100 doTERRA dollars. So that's a pretty good deal if you do 100. And I know that PV stuff is product value and it probably doesn't make a lot of sense. But I can explain that more in detail. If you do 150 PV, you get this little cute bubble diffuser. It's motion activated. So you put a bottle of oil on top of there, and every time you walk in front of it, it goes off. Makes the room smell good. So essential oil education and support groups, the team that I am part of has regular educational opportunities. It's free to attend, lots of really good information from different presenters. So that's over here in the green. And then I have Facebook and a Mighty Networks platform where I also post recipes and lots of helpful tips for how to use the oils. Also have private events. If you're interested in setting up one of those, you can message me. And those can be specific to anything like sleep or digestive issues, anything it could be, or it could just be a general one, kind of like what we're doing tonight, focused on immune support. It could be anything. So that concludes the show. And there is my information. So if you don't already have my phone number and email, make sure and take that down. If you are interested in purchasing anything, just shoot me a text and I can get you set up with that. So thank you to everyone who attended. Thank you, Chris, for helping out.